Hello, my name is Jeff Martin, and I am currently a MBA student at Southern Utah University. I'll be presenting on an article by Jeremy Hope and Robin Fisher titled "Who Needs Budgets?" They want you to consider going away from your budgets and improve the efficiencies of your firm. So Hope and Fisher, they take a radical view and suggest that you should abolish your budgets altogether. They state that breaking down the common centralized hierarchy and operating more locally allows for your firm to be more nimble and resolvent to changes in your market. Although this mindset is very hard to break, and traditionally senior leaders, although they give the appearance of autonomy, they really want to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and point out every little variance. This can bring a lot of negative consequences to your firm. However, people may fear exceeding their current budget or not meeting a certain target. So that could lead to some bad decisions. They could have a lack of interest in actually finding some areas of improvement because they're just toeing the line. And the worst case is you'll see unethical behavior or them pushing clients in the wrong directions, those kinds of things. Fisher and Hope warn of these issues and encourage companies to break free from the budgeting vice, as you see in that picture here in the bottom left corner. A big problem companies also face is their delay to market response. They're unable to fluctuate as fast as the market when they're constrained to a budget. Your budgets can be so set in stone that deterring from them or allowing any type of quick variance just isn't going to happen. Sometimes your budget can get very stale, and the current budget you're in can really hurt your company if you're not able to move nimbly within it. And a lot of companies are noticing this as a problem. Hope and Fisher suggest that not having budgets actually puts your goals and measurements to the forefront of your thinking. This gives more accountability to your frontline managers and the personnel in the front lines to be more invested in helping the company to actually meet the goals, not just the financial ones. And it really shrinks the business unit's focus and allows them to be more entrepreneurial in mindset and way of thinking. So another thing Hope and Fisher say is that a great side effect of getting rid of your budget is it actually empowers your people. People feel like they can make mistakes without crazy recourse. Managers have the freedom to pivot without wasting tons of time just trying to justify why they need to pivot or move away from a certain budget. Saves countless hours. KPIs, which are generally at the top, people are focusing on financial indicators. There can be a shift in focus to also look into the operational KPIs and be a little more strategic in nature and focus on those strategic initiatives. Without fear of the budget, the front line is more adept to bubbling up the trends that they're seeing and whether they're positive or negative, the patterns that they're seeing in their particular business unit and allowing for change to those things that they are seeing. I thought this was a great little snippet from the article. It really compares and contrasts a fixed performance contract with a relative performance contract. As you can see with the fixed side, fixed targets, they lead only to a little bit of improvements, incentives. There's, as I've mentioned before, there's fear or fear of failure. And really, with these kinds of fixed performances, you get what you're going to get. Your people aren't going to really shoot for the stars here. They're just going to go for the target or just face the consequence of not making the target. There's not a lot of open-mindedness here. And on the flip side, the relative performance pushes people to outdo themselves, It rewards people to take risks. People don't fear making mistakes. And yeah, it really opens up transparent communication from top to bottom in the company. I thought this was a great visual of that. Fisher and Hope also gave a few good examples. The one I'm going to point out here is the Bank of Svenska Handelsbanken. So this bank has gone away from budgets altogether, and they're a banking firm that actually outperforms most of their rivals in the Scandinavia area. What's unique about them is there's only 3 levels to their organization. They have branch managers, regional managers, and a chief executive. So this allows for good communication between these 3 layers, quick access to the top, and not a lot of micromanagement is going on. Another benefit they see is with more accountability at the actual branch level, there's a good competitive aspect to it. So it's healthy competition. They have access to the data and to make decisions at the branch level to pivot this way or that way. However, they're all held accountable to succeed, so they compete with each other to see who can do the best. And their true secret sauce is their information sharing. They have great access to their information, and they can share their information very quickly. And most importantly, they can react to their information that they're seeing, to the trends, and they can pivot away from a certain thing more quickly than some of their competitors. Their competitors have the same access to information. They're just not as easily making changes to their budgets as this bank is able to do. So finally, Hope and Fisher state getting rid of your budgets will unleash the full potential of your company. It will improve efficiencies, it'll improve your systems, whether it's your software tools or your business processes, and it'll open your communication to be a lot more transparent. And probably most important, it'll empower your most important resource, which is the people of your company. So what I've learned from this article is that, you sometimes got to think outside of the box, and something as radical as getting rid of budgets altogether in a company, as crazy as that sounds, there are a lot of positive things that can happen. So with that presentation, I must ask you, are you sold yet? If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me, and we can discuss this further. I appreciate your time. Thank you.